Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty, live in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Fellow Ambazonians, every revolutionary mind, every revolutionary thinker, every revolutionary fighter should understand that actions have consequences. Every action, whether in error, has consequences, right or wrong. Every action has consequences, because a revolution or a liberation quest is like a flight is in the air. Mistakes that you can make on the ground as a driver, you don't make those mistakes in the air. You might not have a chance to correct them. It is where mistakes are not tolerated. They are not tolerated. And actions are measured and calibrated before they are actually executed. You don't make such mistakes as I see us make all over the place. Talk anyhow, associate with anyone, do anything, and you think that these things are just for entertainment or for the media or to just get some attention. No, actions, revolutionary actions, have consequences. And let me tell those who want to ruin our struggle, just because they have lost the sense of control of what they considered their own. In their mentality of entitlement, they thought they are in charge. Now they have lost control. They want to destroy the struggle because they're no longer in charge. That is devilish, that is wicked, and that is selfish. This mindset of entitlement is really devilish. You know what? There can be 370 passengers in a flight. There will only be one or two people that will be the pilot, and one at a time. That's what it's going to be. Even if that plane is full of pilots, there's one pilot that will pilot the rest of the pilots. We have to come to that realization that there is destiny in all that we do. We have to come to a point where we know that, like it was in Fumban, the Fumban delegation, when we went there, the Southern Cameroon delegation in Fumban, we had a head of state, His Excellency John Gufoncha. We had the opposition leader, Dr. EML Endele. We had other groups, other political groups that all came together to constitute the Southern Cameroon delegation. We were there in the Southern Cameroon delegation as one delegation. We were one. So we are one delegation, but many groups, okay? One delegation, many groups. So for those who are worried about these so many groups, all the groups have to become one. No. In Fumban, we were one delegation. We united by our objective, united by our national objective of negotiating our destiny. We're united, but we were not one political party. Endeli's party was there, Foncha's party was there, Muna's party was there, other parties were there. Those were groups. But yet we still had one leader of that delegation. And there was a leader who led La Republique to that delegation. there were two delegations of equal status. We may not all be of the same groups, but we can constitute the Southern Cameroon's delegation to talk with the Republic. And it takes away nothing from anyone. It takes away nothing from anyone for us to know that we constitute the Southern Cameroon delegation. And when the time comes, we shall meet La Republic as one man. History will repeat itself. I have faith that that will be the case. Our problem in the Southern Cameroons, is not secession. The ongoing war is not a war of secession, because La Republique has called us all kinds of names, secessionists, terrorists, and so on. Because you know what? Countries in the world don't like secessionists, because these are people who decide to break away from an existing country. So there's no government in the world that likes secessionists. No government, no governmental bloc in the world, none likes secessionists. Because nearly every country has a secessionist tendency. There's one in Nigeria, there's one in Ghana with the Togoland, there's one in nearly every country has a secessionist agitation going on in one place or the other. They have it in France. They have it even in the United States, with certain states that are threatening to go. No country likes or entertains secession. So our struggle is not a secessionist struggle. That's why La Republique was swift to characterize us as secessionists and tell a lie to the international community that we actually are one country, one and indivisible country, that we, the people of the British Southern Cameroons, the people they call groups, are fighting, armed groups are fighting to secede from an existing country. That is not our fight. We are an independent nation, right in the archives of the United Nations, with internationally recognized boundaries. We came together in a failed experiment to constitute a new nation called the Federal Republic of the Cameroons. That project failed. We have restored our independence. We are defending our right to exist as a separate nation, and we are seeking recognition. Our case is different. La Republique is doing everything to sell the narrative to the world that we are secessionists, to liken us to all other secessionist movements around, just so that they will have the sympathies of these countries. As I told you, countries don't like secessionist movements. And let me tell you this other dimension. Out of intelligence, I can tell you this. La République du Cameroon has brought in the armies of the French, the Chadians, and of Central African militia groups to help them to fight Ambazonia since 2017 or 2018. They failed. They brought down the Red Berets from Kutaba. We crushed them. They have done about this, the third recruitment they are recruiting into their elite force to fight in Ambazonia. What has happened to the first and the second batches of recruits that were trained and sent to Ambazonia? Not enough. Not enough to win the war. They are now recruiting again. They are seeking help from everywhere. Now, in the north of Nigeria, in the north of La République du Cameroon, Nigeria and La Republic are fighting one war, the same war against Boko Haram. Boko Haram is their common enemy. So the forces of Nigeria and La Republic and Chad are working together to combat their common enemy. La Republic is doing everything to get Nigeria actively involved in the south to fight against Ambazonia. For that to happen, they must be able to draw a parallel, some similarities between Southern Cameroon Ambazonia resistance forces, Ambazonia restoration forces, and the internal threats to the to the stability of Nigeria. If they succeed to draw that parallel, then Ambazonia shall become their common enemy with Nigeria. So La Republic is doing everything to draw, to bring, to demonstrate the similarity, the association between these two, so that they can tell Nigeria, if you don't want to help us to crush this mess, this menace, if you don't want us, you don't want to work with us actively to crush them, then look at it. They are going to grow stronger and they will destabilize, they will help to destabilize your country. So they have tried to use that scare for a while, but it has not gathered any momentum because the international community did not believe that to an extent. Cardinal Tumi made his own crazy statements. It did not gather any real credibility. But when our own that consider themselves as our own start openly confirming what La Republic is telling the world, the lies La Republic is telling the world in those dark corridors, that Ambazonia is so dangerous, and they are not only a danger to Cameroon, they are also a danger in Nigeria. They are also a danger to Nigeria. If they succeed to draw that relationship, to draw to establish that similarity and that relationship, then Ambazonia becomes the common enemy of these two countries. Because La Republic is struggling to enlist the Nigerian army to help them fight Ambazonia, as they are doing in the north of La Republic. They want to secure their active and total collaboration. They want Nigerian forces to go into Ambazonia, to the waters, to the land. We have the longest border with Nigeria, to go everywhere they can and make sure that they are fighting alongside the Cameroon army against Ambazonia. That is what they are trying to do. And to enlist Nigeria's active participation in this war, they needed some of our own who are so covered with greed and wickedness to openly demonstrate that there is a relationship between the internal threats of Nigerian stability and the ones that are fighting genuinely for the restoration of our independence or the recognition of our independence. That is unfortunate and that is too bad. But I want to leave you with the wisdom of Mandela. I don't agree 100% with Mandela because he fought like a soldier. But when it was time to negotiate the destiny of South Africa on the table, he gave in too much and he gave up on the essential gains that they were supposed to make as a free South Africa, or in a free South Africa. They gave up too much. He let too much off the table. And today, South Africa is where they are. But I agree with him in most of the things, that how he prosecuted the struggle. He sought help everywhere, but he did so quietly. They did so quietly, no publicities, no publicity. They knew that the Americans and the Brits and the rest, they were backing this South African white regime. But he saw that there was a need to have America as an ally if they were going to shorten their days in the wilderness. If they were going to win this sooner than later, they needed America on their side, not against them. When he came to the United States, they asked him questions about to draw him into the internal affairs of America. He refused. He refused to get involved. He said no, he will not meddle in the internal affairs of America. That his attitude towards any country depends on their attitude towards their internal struggle in South Africa. He will not meddle, even though he had every right to decry the torment and the treatment of the blacks in America by the whites at that time. But he will not be caught in that trap. He will not be seen to meddle in the internal affairs of America. That will jeopardize their fight in South Africa, because they needed to rather secure America on the side of the ANC than to have them drift them further away by meddling in their internal affairs. What is wrong with our generation? Why are we so easy to deceive? Why can we so easily destroy whatever we are doing with our own hands? Why? Why are we inviting Nigeria into this war? Why are we helping La Republic to issue an invitation to the Nigerian army to work with them against Ambazonia the way they are doing against Boko Haram? Why are we doing this to ourselves? Why? I want to tell us finally that history is recording. One day, this struggle shall see an end, and we shall be remembered, not just for the victory that we will celebrate at the end, but the parts we played towards this project shall be recorded for all to read, for all to see. Please, let us be careful, because none of our actions shall derail the struggle. Colluding with the enemy shall not stop us. It might delay us, but it will not stop us. Ambazonia shall be free. Whether La Republic likes it or not, Ambazonia shall be free. Whether the selfish and the devilish and the foolish decide to sell this struggle or not, Ambazonia shall be free. That is the will of God. It shall be done.